play by number 40, Riley Jones for the Reds. Picked up of 9 on the play. 2nd and 1, Indians. Carried by number 44, Spencer Blau. Back on the play by number 15, Casey Eaton. And number 78, Trey Stevens. Short gain on the play. 3rd down, Indians.
We're only getting 3 bars. I know. I went on to the Strasburg guest site, and I was able to get. Guest is usually less. Really strong. Yeah. Because see, this should be to get 4 Gs. I should be running a green light, so I'm getting like 2 or 3 things.
Illegal procedure to call against the Indians.
Says I've been there, but there it is that it's frozen.
Yeah, I just think until I just went up to 5 bars. I don't know why it's coming in and out. But I'm at 5 bars. I'm assuming when it goes up to 5 bars, we're in. But when it goes down to 3, I think we're going down. Strasburg comes out and scores, and they have a long run along with a horse collar tackle, putting the ball on the 5-yard line. Strasburg takes a timeout, and it'll bring this game up to a 28-14 score. And that's, again, just as if you were watching the Bronco game Monday night, and I'm not saying in any way, shape, or form, but this is high school football, and that first drive of the 3rd quarter is usually the most important drive of the game. Let's see if Eaton can answer here. I see Eckler is not on the field. Abbott and Nick Schreiber are deep. So for the first time this year, Austin Eckler is not on a kickoff return team. So let's see what takes place here.
Kicking off for the Indians, number 44, Spencer Blau.
And here is the kick. It's deep. I was almost expecting an onside there. Britton Abbott has at the 5, 10, 15. He's at the 20, 25. He's got a little bit of room. Takes it out over the 30-yard line. Eaton will start at about its own 32-yard line. Eaton leads this game 28-14. I'll tell you real quick, about Richter Orthodontics. They're located in West Greeley between the Farr Library and the baseball fields on the west end of town. Dr. Richter has done a great job helping support area athletics both in Eaton and in Greeley. Eaton comes out with 2 wide receivers, and Eckler is not on the field. Chad Foose is now the running back. The ball is given to Chad Foose over the right side. He's got some speed, and he is going to go for a first down. He gets about a 12 on his first down. Nice run by Chad Foose, and for the first time this year, other than in a real blowout situation or end of the game, Austin Eckler is not on the field. He took a hard stick right at the end of the first half, and Eckler is not on the field. So here comes Eaton out. They've got twins on the left side, wide receiver on the right side, back in an I formation. Ball's given to Chad Foose again. Not a big back. He only weighs about 135 pounds. Boy, this kid's got some major quicks, though. He has won the conference in the 100-meter. He certainly doesn't have the size or can't pound the ball like Eckler, but, boy, you put Chad Foose and give him an open lane to run, he'll put 6 up pretty quick. The clock is running with 9 minutes and 30 seconds in the third quarter. Sig goes wide on the right side. Shriver and Anders are wide on the left side. Ball's given to Foose, and he comes this side, and he gets stuck pretty hard and driven back. Again, Foose isn't a real big kid, so when someone hits him, he is going to bounce back. He tries to use his speed to turn the corner, and their strong safety came up and put a pretty good stick on him. It's about a 3rd and 3 for Eaton. The ball is on the Strasburg side of the field. Third and 3. They give it to Foose, and he goes down. He gains about 1, but he is short of the first down. I'm assuming they're going to punt here, but I don't know. Eckler is also the punter, and I don't see him on the field. Here comes Eckler on to punt, so Eaton will punt the ball, or at least we think they'll punt the ball. They'll come out in punting formation. Eaton is missing a person. That would be Eston McGraw. So here's an important snap, and Eaton is going to get flagged for a delay of game. They were short a player, and unfortunately that's what happens when players aren't paying attention or special team coaches aren't on their players. But unfortunately, Eaton gets tagged for another 5 yards here. Bringing up, the ball goes from the 47-yard line of Strasburg to our 48-yard line. Important snap here. Ball's good snap. Here goes. I don't know what took place here. I think they're going to call Eaton for something. I think there was movement is what occurred. Unfortunately, Eaton is bouncing, going backwards, and it's just what you don't want to see here coming out in the third quarter. They come out and put 7 points up on their first drive with a big play and a big 15-yard penalty with a horse collar, and now Eaton's offense with a delay of game and with a movement, the ball goes back. Good snap. Here comes Eckler. He puts it up, and the ball looks like it hit Dalton Shoup, I think. I'm not sure, but we get a roll out of it. As Eckler was rolling to his right, I think the up man Shoup, he was rolling with him, but when he punted, I think it bounced off Dalton Shoup. I'm almost sure it did, and the ball rolled. We didn't get much of a roll, though, but we did get some. But they're going to take over on their 31-yard line. Short punt for the Reds, which 7 minutes and 46 seconds in the third quarter. Eaton continues to lead this game 28-14. Important drive here that Eaton stops the Indians here and takes the momentum, because there is some momentum shift in this game. Quarterback keeps it. He goes up over the center, and he's going to get taken down at that point. He's going to gain about 3. Sig, Colston, and Trey Stevens gets out to the bottom of that pile, bringing up a 2nd and 6 for the Indians. Again, they're going with 2 tight ends, 2 slots, back in motion. They come this side, they come this side, and they're getting driven out of bounds by Trent Sig. Good play by Casey Edens, came up and helped take some of that coverage off, and they fought the blocks off and drove him out of bounds. Nice play right here, bringing up a 3rd and 7.
No gain on the play. 3rd down, Indians.
Third down for the Indians. No gain on the play. Nice play by Sig and Edens to fight off the interference and drive the ball carrier out of bounds. Stops the clock with 7 minutes and 12 seconds in the third quarter. They've got twins on both sides with a single back, motion to the left. Quarterback keeps it, and he's going to have some running room, and he is not going to get a first down, no. Trey Stevens was there along with Wade Wilson. Quarterback, he faked it, the ball going around left end. He keeps it, and here comes an important 4th and a long, I'll give it 2 for the Indians. Let's see what they decide to do here. Will they give it back to the Reds, or are they going to punt it? So Eaton is not, they are huddling up, and they don't huddle a lot, so I'm not sure what they're doing here. They are not going to punt. Kind of a quick play. I don't know what happens, but he is off to the races. I don't know if this play is coming back. There is a flag on the field. I don't think the Strasburg team was set, and they ran kind of a quick play, and I think some people, the ball is going to come back. I thought it was, that the offense was not set. There was kind of a quick snap, and the home team certainly doesn't like it, but I think it's a correct call. So it's going to be 4th and 7. The team had huddled up. They ran to the line and basically snapped the ball before people were set. I know the Strasburg coaches are disappointed. It was close, but the ball does come back, and they're going to punt here. At least they're getting in punt information. I'm not 100% sure what they'll do from that point. Back deep is Britton Abbott. Eckler normally retrieves punts, but he is only on the field, I think, to punt for the second half, unless I'm wrong. Let's see what takes place. Here's a snap. It's a little high. He rolls to his left, and the ball is almost kicked. And the ball is going to roll, and Abbott just smartly, I think, gets out of the way. And the ball will get taken over there at the 22-yard line. Eaton will take over. So Eaton comes up with an important stop and holds Strasburg without getting a first down. We lose yardage in what ends up being a decent punt for Strasburg and some roll with it. The ball will sit at the 22-yard line. Eaton will come out 1st and 10. Sig is the lone receiver on the right side. They come out twins on the left with Shriver and Anders. Ball is given to Foose on the right side. He is, there's no gain there. There's a flag. I don't know what happened. But the game was stopped. There's a flag against Strasburg. I think it's an unsportsmanlike conduct against one of the Strasburg players. I couldn't tell what happened. I didn't see one thing one way or another. I know the Strasburg fans and the administrators up in the box here, they don't care for the call, though. The ball will be at the 41-yard line with that 15-yard penalty. Sig is in at fullback in front of Foose. The ball is given to Foose on the right side. He gains 2. Again, Foose is, and I mean, I've said this many times, but Foose runs hard for a little kid, but boy, he's 135 pounds versus 180. He gives up 50 pounds of muscle to Eckler. And he's a breakaway back, but he is not a back that he's going to run through tackles, certainly. So it's bringing up a 2nd and 8 for the Reds. Back to throw. He throws, almost picks. He threw behind Sig, and looks like he'd sat down. I think if the ball would have been on target, I think he had a little bit of opening, but the ball was thrown behind him. Kind of an errant throw. Bringing up a 3rd and 8 for the Reds. I would think this would be a passing situation. Foose has had the first initial run. He did well. He picked up 12. Since that time, he hasn't done much. Sig goes back to tight end. Wade Wilson is now the fullback. Schreiber and Anders are the wide receivers. Back to throw. He's under pressure. He breaks through. He keeps the ball. He has got an important first down. He is driven out of bounds. And I don't know if they're going to call an out-of-bounds flag against Strasburg. I think he was run out of bounds, and I think he was helped along by one of the Strasburg players, and the flag came out. There's 2 big calls on this drive. But no, they're not calling it against Strasburg. I think they're going to call. I didn't catch the call. Let's see what they say here. Holding against the Reds. I thought it was a call against Strasburg and a late hit out of bounds, but it's a holding against the Reds. Bringing up a 3rd and 3. 3rd and 3. So instead of having a first down on the Strasburg side of the field, an important 3rd and 3 play for the Eaton Reds. You got Twins on the right side. There's a flag, a timeout for Eaton. Eaton uses up one of its valuable timeouts. Let's hope this doesn't come back to haunt the Reds. I'm going to continue to tell you about it because I didn't tell you about Richter Orthodontics. I can tell you from personal experience, my daughter had some teeth thrown in her mouth that, just weren't in there as straight as they should have been. And like a lot of kids that have crooked teeth, they don't smile a whole lot, and they put their hand over their mouth and kind of cover up their smile. It's kind of a sad situation, and we made the decision to give her braces, and we are extremely happy. We went to Richter Orthodontics. He did a great job with her. It took a period of time, but boy, when she had her class picture taken this fall without braces on, her smile was so beautiful, and the confidence she has gained taking those braces off. I couldn't say enough about the job Dr. Richter did for my daughter. They give the ball to Foose on this side, and he is going to get driven back. And that's the difference. Foose does not run through tackles. And again, but he in Chad Foose's defense in that case, he was hit hard. You had the backside linebacker not being blocked. He came through. And so Eaton they get 1 first down and take some time off the clock. There's 4 minutes and 13 seconds, 4 minutes, 12 seconds, 11. In the third quarter, the clock continues to run, and Eaton has not done well so far. This is an important snap. Let's see if we can get our snap away here. Good snap. Off to the right side, and we fumble the ball. Eckler's got it on this side. He's taking off. He's running, and he is going to get, depending on where I don't think they're going to give him a first down. It's going to be close, though. I'm not sure what happened. I think the snap was a little bit to his right, And I think it's going to be a change on downs. Eckler almost had a first down, but Strasburg will take, they're going to go ahead and measure it. They're going to bring the chains in. In my opinion, I don't think he got it. Let's see where they mark it here. I think they're going to come up about a half yard short. Here they come in. This is a big play here. Eaton will either have a first down or Strasburg is going to take over on the 41-yard line of Eaton. They stretch the chains, and it is Strasburg holds by about a half a yard. So, a big play there. So Strasburg takes over on a change of downs on their own on Eaton's 41-yard line. Let's see if the Eaton can hold them here. Motion to the left. They give it to their fullback on the left side. The ball is going to get taken. He's going to get about 6 on first down. Strasburg's coming out with some life here, and they have scored the only touchdown in the third quarter. Eaton continue to lead this game 28-14 with 3 minutes and 24 seconds in the third quarter. Strasburg comes out. They give it on the left side. He's got some room, and he's going to pick up a first down right there. The wind is picking up here in the third quarter. The wind's coming out of the east and blowing in the box. I don't know if it'll affect on this game or not. That's a first down for Strasburg, though. The ball will sit on about the 28-yard line of Eaton. Quarterback keeps it. He goes over his left side. He runs through a couple of arm tackles. He's going to get about 7-8 yards on first down. Strong run by the Strasburg quarterback. And again, that's their freshman. He is a Mitchell Martin. He is about 6 foot and about 180 pounds. They take that back. His name is Dustin Blegg. No, it is Mitchell Martin. My mistake. Here they come in this side, and the ball's on the ground. Eaton's got the ball. The snap was off the left hand of the quarterback. Dalton Shoup hit the quarterback, and I think Riley Jones recovered it. And Eaton on an important stop of Strasburg at that point, because boy, it seemed like Strasburg had a lot of confidence starting to move the motion on the field has changed, and I see their center over here. So Eaton comes back out. It looks like they're going to try to run the ball again. Sig is back in at fullback. The ball, Britton Abbott keeps it on an option, and he is going to pick up about 8 on first down. Eckler is back in the game. So Eaton's going to come out with a 2nd and 2. A 2nd and 2. Clock continues to run in the third quarter. Abbott's back up under center again. Ball's given to Eckler on this side. He's not going to gain anything, though. Like Foos, again, it's a little bit different defense. They line up and they come through gaps. They're not set in positions. In an offensive lineman, you've got to read who you're coming and who you're going after, and it's a little bit different. Eaton loses a yard, and an important third down coming up here. Clock continues to run with 1 minute and 10 seconds left in the third quarter. Eaton comes out with twins on the right side, single receiver on the left. Ball's given to Eckler on this side, and he is going to have a first down. First down for the Reds. An important first down to kind of break some of this momentum switch in this game. First and 10 for the Reds. The ball will sit at their 38-yard line. Sig remains at fullback with Eckler behind him. They've run a lot of ISO out of this. ISO meaning interior. Sig runs and picks up the linebacker, run through the middle. This time, though, back to throw. He throws it over the middle. Oh, threw the ball a little behind David Anders. It looked like he had a step, and their defensive back put his hand in there and knocked it out of Anders. Well, Anders really didn't have the ball, but he was getting ready. He had his hands on it, but at the same time, the defensive back put it in. Nice, clean play by the defensive back from Strasburg. It's bringing up with 20 seconds left. Let's see what takes place here. Sig goes back to tight end. Wade Wilson comes back in at fullback. They give it to Eckler, and he breaks through the line. He's got some room. He is taken off. He's got a first down, and he's got some room, and he's in the secondary of Strasburg. He's going to get taken down at that point. It's about a 20-yard gain for Eaton. The ball will be placed on the 37-yard line of Eaton. I take that back, the 37-yard line of Strasburg.
Tackle by number 7, Brian Nichols for the Indians. First and 10, Eaton.
So it is a first down for Eaton, and that's the end of the third quarter. So Eaton leads this game 28-14. Tell you about one of our sponsors, and that's New West Bank. Tim Croson and his staff, they are a locally owned bank located in Eaton and in Greeley. You'll find them in Greeley right by the Westlake Shopping Center on 35th and 30th and 20th. I take that back. 35th Avenue and 20th. But if you want to have a banker make a local decision for you, you want to sit across the table from someone and have someone look at someone who's going to make the decision with your future, go see Tim Croson at New West Bank in Greeley. Real good guy, along with the difference between going and seeing and talking to Tim and his staff. They're going to know you on a first-name basis. You're going to be able to explain your situation to them instead of someone making a decision back in New York or out in L.A. or Chicago. Here's someone in Eaton making a decision for you, and that's about as good as it's going to get. Back to the game. Eckler is back in the game. They give the ball to Eckler on the left side. He bounces it. He's got some room, and he is going to get about 9-10 yards. I think it is a first down for the Reds. Eaton is. Again, the clock is in the fourth quarter now, and Eaton continue to lead this game 28-14. They're going back to Wildcat here, the shotgun formation. The ball will be snapped directly to Eckler. Oh, and we've got an offsides for Eaton, unfortunately. Just as Eaton's starting to roll, the ball is going to come back. They have I know that Luis Quintinos had sprained. I thought he had sprained his ankle. I'm not sure if it was his ankle or tweaked his knee in the first quarter. But so they have a backup Ryan Lawhead playing a tight end, and that is, I think, maybe his first. Now, I know he's played some of varsity already, but in a real, close game situation instead of a one-sided affair. And I'm sure his nerves had gotten a little bit better of him on that play. Here comes back to throw, but he hands in a draw formation and gives it to Eckler, and he fights through some tackles. He's going to fight through, and he is going to pick up a couple,
Pretty awesome Eckler.
bringing up about a 2nd and 12. I take that back, 2nd and 11. He gained 4 yards on first down. Again, Eaton, what they're trying to do, a lot of their formations now, they've gone to a lot more 2 tight end sets to help the running game. And with Lewis being taken out of the game, we've got Ryan Lawhead in at the other tight end. He is out of the game right now. Sig in motion to the left. Abbott rolls to his left. He keeps the ball, takes it down. He's going up, and he is going to get tackled after about a 7-yard gain. Abbott looks like he's going to throw it first when he initially gets out there, but he's got a convoy of white shirts out there in front of him, and he just takes off at that point. It's going to bring up a 3rd and about 3 for the Reds. He must have went out of bounds over there. The clock does stop with 10 minutes and 15 seconds in the 4th quarter. Eaton comes back out with 2 tight ends. Schreiber is the wide receiver. Ball's given. He throws, rolls to his right, throws it up to Sig. He catches the ball. He goes in for a touchdown. I can't say the coverage was real tight out there, but Abbott did put it on the money. Sig caught it, took it in for a touchdown, bringing the score 34-14. Sean Wildshoes early is on for the extra point. Sig snaps it. The ball is down. The kick is up. The kick is good. Eaton leads this game 35-14. I want to tell you about a close friend of mine that we had talked about earlier in the game, and that is Air Repair and Jeff Ryer. Jeff's been in this community now for 20-some years, and boy, he's done a good job. I have never had anyone ever unhappy with the work Jeff Ryer does. And when people, when other plumbers and contractors, when they start recommending and talk about people, and that's when they talk about Jeff Ryer again, those are people that their names are on the line, and Jeff Ryer comes in, and he's a person that you can depend on for your air conditioning and heating. Think about this time of the year, get your system blown out. Don't blow dust that's been sitting in your system all year long. Have Jeff Ryer and his team come in and clean your air ducts out. Here's Sean Early's kick, kind of a short one this time, and it's going to be on about the 20-yard line. They catch it and they break it up in the middle, and Riley Jones puts him down there at about the 18-yard line. The other thing that Jeff Ryer does a good job, if you have propane in your out in the country, talk to Jeff about geothermal heating. It'll pay for itself in about 2.5 to 3 years, and basically running rods down and the heat that's created will bring up and will heat your home. I've got a friend who lives out west of Greeley. They have a swimming pool, and when I got out there, I asked him, this must be so hard to heat, but he said they use geothermal heating even for their swimming pool. So it's Strasburg starts out this time. The quarterback takes it up over his right side. He's going to get taken down there. Sig with Wilson and Garrett Colson make the stop. The clock moves with 9 minutes and 45 seconds in the 4th quarter. Eaton leads this game 35-14. Back to throw, and he overthrows his wide receiver here on the left side. Bringing up a 3rd and 7 for the Strasburg Indians. Kind of a cool night out here tonight, and some of these Strasburg seniors, this is their last home game they'll play. Hopefully Strasburg, if they win next week, they've got a shot to be in the playoffs, but that's it's kind of out of their hands. They're going to have to have a victory next week, though. We know that, to be able to get in. Strasburg comes out. The quarterback keeps it on the left side. He's got a nice gain, but he's not going to have a first down. It's going to bring up a 4th and 2, 4th and 1. I would think Strasburg would go for it here when it's 35-14. They are going to go for it. They've got to get a first down. If they punt it back to Eaton, and Eaton reads the clock, this game potentially is over. So Strasburg is going to go for it on an important 4th and 1. They give it here up the middle, and it's kind of a scrum in the middle, but I think Strasburg's got it. I think they needed 1. It looks like they got 2. So it is a first down for the Strasburg Indians. The ball will sit at the 39-yard line, 34-yard line of Strasburg. And they come out with no huddle. 1st and 10 for the Strasburg Indians. I think it's going to be a pre-snap motion penalty against Strasburg. It is motion on Strasburg. It's going to bring up a 1st and 15 for the Strasburg Indians.
All places the Strasburg 29-yard line. First down.
They're running wide, and they are going to get taken down at that point. They give it to their slot on the left side. He runs wide. Trent Sig and a number of other players put him down there. Good pursuit by Trey Stevens. Good pursuit. He ran all the way over there. Ball was held up as the running back turned back in. Trey was there. Trey's had a heck of a night out here tonight. He's played well. He's been in on so many stops. 2nd and 13 for the Strasburg Indians. They're running wide this side of the field, and there's pretty good hit. Trent Sig comes up and out of his safety position, Rice Weigel came up and laid some lumber, and that is going to bring up a 3rd and 8. 3rd and 8 for the Strasburg Indians. I would think they're still in 4-down territory, even depending on what this snap does here. Back to throw, traditional throw. Ball gets over here on the left side. He's going to get taken out of bounds, just short of a first down. The ball was taken out of bounds. And I see a flag on the ground. I am not was the player out of bounds? I'm not sure. The Eaton captains are over talking to the refs. I think they're saying they hit him when he was out of bounds. So let's see what happens here. Yeah, dead ball fall against Eaton. They're saying the ball is out of bounds and we came up and hit. So it's going to be a first down for Strasburg. There are 6 minutes and 43 seconds in this game. Eaton leads this game 35-14. Ball sits at the 43-yard line of Eaton. Quarterback back to snap. He throws deep over here. The receiver's open, and he is going to get taken out of bounds at about the 1 foot line. They're calling it a touchdown. Touchdown Strasburg. Their receiver on this side was open, and the quarterback hit him right on the numbers, right in stride. It's a touchdown for Strasburg, making this a 35-20 game. extra point in place. Snap is high, but does get, and the ball is, I think Trent Sig blocked the punt. That's 2 in 2 weeks he's blocked, or blocked the extra point. It was Trent. Anyway, so that's an important block, making it a 15-point game versus a 14-point game. So the score remains 35-14 with 6 minutes and 35 seconds. I'll tell you real quick about Matt Carroll and his excavating company. Matt is a resident of the Eaton area. Excuse me. He covers, I know, the Gaelton area, covers Alt, covers Pierce, covers Nunn, as well as Eaton. If you need agriculture pipe in, water pipes brought in, if you need your sewer system dug, any type of excavation needs you have, call Matt Carroll. He doesn't do a lot of advertising, but the guy is always busy, and the reason he's busy because of what they are recommending him, and by word of mouth from people that have used Matt Carroll. You'll also find Matt this winter working with a wrestling program. Good guy. Eaton is expecting a onside kick here, and they get one, and the ball is good play there. Ball is taken by Eston McGraw. The ball one hop. He gets it and goes straight to the ground. Nice play by kind of a hot pistol of a ball coming through, and Eston making a nice play on it. He goes down on that spot. Eaton will take over from that onside kick on their own 49-yard line. Eaton enjoys a 15-point lead with 6 minutes and 34 seconds remaining in the fourth quarter. Eckler is back in the game at tail with Wade Wilson in front of him. Eckler goes around left side. He is going to outrace everyone to the end zone. Touchdown, Eaton. And the ref, I don't know if he fell over his own feet. I think he did the Eric Decker down there. Anyway, Eaton goes in for a 41-20 lead. Eckler goes between his left guard and left tackle and goes the distance for 51 yards, and that will put just after Strasburg had gotten some points and had the feeling that they were kind of getting back in this game. 2 plays. Number one, they don't recover the onside kick. And number two, Austin Eckler takes the ball around the left side and goes 51 yards. And it's got to take a little bit of steam out of the Strasburg team, I would think. The snap is down, it's up, it's good. Kick is right down the middle, making this a 42-20 game. Tell you real quick about CrossFit. They're located in Eaton on North Highway 85. The thing I like about CrossFit is they help design a program for you, and you'll get the results you're looking for if you commit to CrossFit, because they will commit to you. And if you're serious about taking weight off and putting on muscle, go see CrossFit. Kevin and his wife Christina Contreras, you can tell they do it, but this CrossFit is just taking the nation over by storm. You see them, the CrossFit Olympics, and there are people that are 75 years old in great shape. If you are serious about losing weight and getting in shape, CrossFit is the place to go. The thing I like about CrossFit so much, as opposed to just getting a membership to a gym. You go into a membership of a gym, and they don't have a program design. You don't have your own, fitness coach working with you. They're there kind of by yourself, throwing weights around. You're there for, 2-3 weeks, maybe a month, and then you got a gym membership that you've got to try to get rid of because you're not using it. That's not what the way it is in CrossFit. Each one of their programs is designed for a period of time. You go in. There is no long-term contract. You go in for that specific period of time. When that's done, you walk out the door. And if you stick with CrossFit, the results will take place. They will work. They have different types of workouts every time you go in there to work a different part of your body. So here comes Strasburg. Ball is on their 20-yard line. Back to throw. He throws it out in the flat on the right side. Their running back comes back across the grain. He makes a long run and picks up about 6 yards. Again, he caught it in the right flat and came back across the field. So it's going to be a 2nd and 5 for the Strasburg Indians. Their clock continues to run. Esther McGraw and Weigel are in on the step. Quarterback back to snap, and he's under a lot of pressure. He gets it up and is picked off by Jay Kilber for his 2nd pick of the night. In 2 games, Jay Kilber has made 4 interceptions. Quarterback was under a lot of pressure from Trent Sig, and he got rid of it quick and overthrew his receiver, and Jay Kilber was there, and nice hands on Jay's part. So Eaton will take over on their 47-yard line. Eaton comes out with 2 wide receiver and a flanker and an I formation with Eckler back in the game. Ball's given to Eckler on this side, and he's going to get taken down for maybe a yard gain. At this point, the clock is as much of the enemy for the Strasburg Indians as much as the Eaton. As long as Eaton continues to run the clock and pick up first down, this game is quickly falling away from the Strasburg Indians. Again, Strasburg will travel to Valley next Friday night, hoping that a victory there will put them in the playoffs. Eaton is number 1 or the number 2 ranked team in the state, depending on who you talk to or which poll you're looking at. So here come the Indians. There's been a change at left guard. Philip Ringler has come off the field, and I take that back. Andrew Stout has taken his place. So Andrew Stout has now come in, and he has played left guard. And Eaton is going to try to. There's a timeout on the field, and with that timeout, I'm going to tell you about the Eaton Animal Den. They are located in the new business park in Eaton on the south side of town, and they work with your domestic pets as well as your exotic pets, meaning your reptiles, and as well as your pocket pets. So if you have gerbils or hamsters or mice or ferrets, they do it all there. And I know they do a great job with domestic pets. So every time I go in there, the dogs are wagging their tails. They're happy to be there. Gosh, you go to some veterinarians and the dogs are scared when they walk in, and it's going to be the last place they walk into. That's not the way it is. Eaton Animal Den. You go in there, you'll see what I mean. They also sell tack supplies. There goes Eckler on the right side, and he is going to keep in, and he's going to go for another touchdown. Touchdown Reds. So that brings the score up to 48-20. I'm just going to put 49 down, assuming Sean Early is going to kick the extra point at this point. I would hope that Coach Mott would be putting some second stringers in at this point, or some B-teamers in, and trying to call the dogs off here a little bit. Sig snaps it, he puts it down, Early puts it through, and it's good. So Eaton leads this game with 4 minutes and 52 seconds, 49-20, and it's a hard thing for the home team here. This is a pretty good Eaton team. They've got a lot of speed. You know, when people ask me what's the difference between this year's Eaton team and last year's, I think speed. I think it's a faster team. Their quarterback is certainly more of a running quarterback, and Jaden's certainly a good quarterback. You'll find him up at Wyoming right now. And some good players off that team last year. Darren Foss is down at Adams State. Holden Rexis is at Western. So they had 3 kids go on off last year's team and play college football. But, and sometimes you get breaks, too. I mean, Eaton, they beat Roosevelt this year in overtime in a very close game. They came back and scored 3 touchdowns in a minute and 20 seconds against Brush. And, again, they've had breaks this year they didn't get last year. Here's a strong, strong kick that's going to come down inside the 5-yard line. He's at the 10, 15, and he is going to get taken down at about the 17-yard line with 4 minutes and 45 seconds in the fourth quarter. I know the one before that was 51. I thought, were they on this side of the, I thought they were on this side of the.
Ball in the 19-yard line.
So here comes, let's see what Strasburg tries to do here. I'm assuming they'll try to put the ball up in the air, but at the same time they haven't. Their long plays tonight, they have had a couple long passing plays. They go out with twins on both sides with a single back, so they are going to try to put the ball up in the air, I'm assuming. They snap it to their up back. He takes it, and he takes off running for a nice pickup for Strasburg. He picks up about 8 yards. Here's the snap. He's back to throw. Trink puts it up in the air, and he almost came back and got it. Quarterback's down. Trent went up and jumped at his 6'4", 6'5" frame, knocked it back, and almost picked it off at the same time. Bringing up a 3rd and 1. I think someone's coming out of the game. Is that their quarterback? I'm not sure. No, I'm not. One of their backs came out. Bringing up a important 3rd and 1 for Strasburg. Ball's given, and the ball's on the ground. I think Eaton's got it. The ball was mishandled by one of their running backs, and let's see who gets off the bottom of that pile with the ball. That would be Dalton Shoup. I guess it was Trent Sig got it. I thought Dalton had it. Anyway. Eaton will take over with a short field here at about the 26-yard line. Let's see what they do. They still have got their first team in. I'm not quite sure why. I would assume they'll keep the ball on the ground. They give the ball to Eckler on the left side, and he cuts it up. But he breaks away from that. He's going to get taken down. And the ball, he goes out of bounds. I would hope that Coach Mott would put some younger players in the game at this point. Eaton leads this game 49-20 with 4 minutes and 2 seconds left. They're back to throw. It goes across. Sig catches it at about the 6-yard line.
Number 44, Trent Sig. Tackle on the play by number 7, Brian Nichols for the Indians. Picking up a 9 on the play. 2nd down, it's Eaton.
Eaton draws Strasburg off sides, I think, and the ball will go half the distance to the goal line, which will be a first down for the Reds.
the 2-yard line. First and goal, Eaton.
First and goal for Eaton from the about 4-yard line. Ball's pitched to Eckler coming this side. He walks in the end zone, making a 55-20 game. I am not sure why Eaton doesn't have their second team in there, to be honest with you. It's kind of a hard pill to swallow for these Strasburg fans and coaches and parents, to be honest with you. I don't know how fair this is, to be honest with you. I think Eaton should be having some second team players in at this point in the game. Sean Early is on for the extra point. Snap is down. Kick is up. Kick is good. Eaton leads this game 56-20 with 2 minutes and 24 seconds. I want to tell you real quick about Colwell Banker and Marge Gerritsen. She is located in West Greeley, but she lives in Eaton, and she sells a lot of real estate in Eaton. I have used Marge. I was in a real tight situation a couple years ago where I was basically buying a house and had a contract on a house, and I had to sell my house. I had used another real estate agent, and I didn't have anyone looking. Once in a while someone come and look. There were no serious buyers. And within a month, Marge had my house sold. I was amazed. And this was really, when about in 2009 when the real estate market wasn't moving at all, Marge Gerritsen moved my house. It's kind of a line drive kick by Sean Early. Picked up the 20. There's a little bit of room, and he is going to go down. And I'm not sure if the ball was on the ground or if the ground caused the fumble or not. Anyway, Strasburg keeps the ball. The ball is going to go down at about the 30. On the 30-yard line, 35-yard line. It's like Carter Williams is not one of the defensive tackles. I know Louis Cantonis had. I hope he's not hurt bad because, boy, he's a good defensive tackle and a backup tight end. They run wide this side, and they are going to get taken down.
Carried by number 35, Angel Madrano. Loss of 1 on the play. Tackle on the play by number 35, Carter Williams. Second down, Indians.
With 1 minute and 49 seconds, I'm hoping Strasburg runs the clock out here and Eaton can get back on this bus, and they will play Sterling next Friday night. Eaton does have the conference wrapped up at this point with their win over Platte Valley. Quarterback runs wide this side, and he is going to get taken out of bounds. He loses a couple. Unfortunately, the clock stops at that point with 1 minute and 23 seconds left. Quarterback looks like he's kind of hurt. He's taken some shots tonight. There's no doubt about it. He's a freshman. He has played hard tonight. I give that kid a lot of credit. And he is looking for someone to come in and take his place, I think. I hope he hands the ball off and doesn't try to carry it. He's up under the center this time. And there's a timeout by Strasburg. And the kid looks like he really hurt his hand, and he shouldn't be in this football game. And he is going to come out, and he hurt his, I don't know if it's the wrist or if it's his forearm, but he took a shot when he was coming around this side, and or maybe it's his elbow. I am not sure. But the trainer's looking at him, and this kid, he did the right thing, telling the coaches he couldn't go on. And let's hope he gets into that he's not hurt. In this break, I'm going to tell you about Garrettson's. They're located on West 10th. And that's Todd and Sherry Garrettson. And, boy, they run this side again, the short side of the field. They go out of bounds, stopping the clock with 1 minute and 17 seconds. It's going to bring up a 4th down. Fourth and 7.
4th down for the Indians. Ball on the Strasburg 37-yard line.
And they will punt here. If I was Eckler, I would let the ball bounce and here's a little bit high snap. He jumps up and he gets it. He does get it away though. It's going to go out of bounds. And let's see when they mark this ball. The ball goes out of bounds. And let's see where they mark it at about the 24-yard line. I think that's a good play on Strasburg's part, keeping the ball away from Eckler. With 1 minute and 12 seconds left, I hope Eaton comes out and goes in their victory formation here. Anyway, I'd really like to thank Randy Needens for filming with me tonight. He did a great job. I've been watching his filming, and Randy's got away with this camera. Maybe Randy's got a future in this. You ready to give up your job from Excel, Randy, to come on over and yeah. I know he talks about going down and laying on the beaches in Mexico and retiring, but I don't know. Or going out to Vegas and dealing poker. Randy likes to play poker. That's no secret. I take that back. Maybe I do too. And I'm not sure what's taking place, but there's a big cheer from the Strasburg side, and Charlie Guka runs on the field, and he's a senior, and I'm assuming he hasn't played a whole lot this game or this year. And Charlie's on the field, and we wish the best for Charlie on his senior year getting in. And Eaton is in the victory formation.